So, spirit of the holidays, Gruul Panza here. And this felt very just magical Christmas land in terms of still powerful and probably will win some games, but does a little bit of everything that has happened to Modern in the past year. And what do I mean by that? Well, on the channel here, as you all are as you know or do not know, we play a lot of Red Prison, Red White Lockout, land destruction strategies, Red Black control style lists, Prison as a larger archetype. And so this one fits under there by sporting a Blood Moon. Now, Panza is kind of one of the sister or brother lists, depending on how you like to word it, of Prison by splashing green so that you can get Blood Moon out on turn 2, but then you go into these like Gruul monsters or big mana, Blood Braid Elf, Chandras, all of that. So, box number 1 ticked. We have a Prison element in here. We don't have Bridge though, and we don't have Chalice, unfortunately. Second element, we've got the land destruction that we talk about that fits with the Panza theme, the Gruul for the holidays and the Christmas red-green theme feel to it. Pillage is also one of those things that we play and is a nod to Karn. Karn's a list that's sometimes played as well, being that it destroys artifacts and lands. Good card, gonna fit in nicely here. What else has happened though this year? Well, we had the original Modern Horizons, and then we had the addition of Modern Horizons 2. So we have actually a whole 9 cards here from Modern Horizons 2 showing up. We got the Ragavan, which is a small nod to Simian Spirit Guide's ban at the beginning of the year. That was this year. You remember, right? Now you only can play Simian Spirit Guide in Legacy. But Red Prison had it. This is the new Simian Spirit Guide, if you will, but does a lot of things. So Ragavan's here. Endurance is just, pretty good. Crazy, does things, and goes along with the whole elemental kind of thing that basically, I won't say plagued, but had a huge influence on Modern. So we've got this. Now, we got some other backup things, Seasoned Pyromancers and Arbor Elves to get us through to the mana that we need. But one list that we played, and I won't say popularized, but had some good funs and laughs with, was our 8 Moon. We called it Infected Moon, even though it didn't have Infect. No, it was infected by Emrakul, the Eldrazi. And we did this by using Planebound and Lukka. So seeing that this list had Lukka in it, along with Emrakul, I said, why not? Now, we have a lot of 3-drops. We do have some 1-drops, and we have 5-drops. So the 3-drop slot doesn't guarantee you get an Emrakul, but we could spin into Fury, and that's a pretty good card too. So we've got the Lukka, interesting stuff. We've got the Furies, we've got the Bloodman, we got it all. And to top it all off, we even have Obosh in this list. Sporting a companion, something that's been very prevalent in Magic this year. Your Lurises, your Oboshes, your Yorions, and occasionally people trying to get Kihira in those Tron or Control matchups. Poor Lutri and poor Ooze, but let's not worry about some of those other companions. Got a companion here. We got some other sideboard things. Run Afoul is kind of an interesting one. Sacrificing a flying creature. We got Life Goes On, synergizes with Fury. We're not doing crazy Grief, Solitude, Ephemerate things here, obviously. We're just playing some good old Blood Moon, Pillage, Panza with a little bit of Emrakul spiciness and Ragavan at the bottom end. That's what we'll be doing tonight. Bridge combos with Emrakul. If you think about it, if you played a Karn and Lukka list, Prison, with an Emrakul finish, you wouldn't even have to have creatures, because you could use Bridge to block your opponent's creatures, uptick with Karn, downtick with Lukka, spin into Emrakul, and then what happens? Anyway, let's see how much magical Christmas land we get here with Lukka today. The deck can't lose to Mill. There you go. We'll see if we do run into Mill this evening. Oh, a lot of preliminaries and challenges all in here. Let's play some Magic. Let's make sure we have the right list here. We do, and off we go. Happy Wednesday to everyone, or whatever day we load this up to YouTube. I hope you're having a good one. This week has been full of all kinds of things going on. For the YouTube folks, we do have 2 lists that have been requested through those donations, and we'll hopefully get those out maybe at the beginning of the year. We have, I think it was like Is It and a white list requested. So we'll see how that goes. And if you're brand new, thanks again, Yoshi, for the raid. Don't forget to hit that follow button if you find this interesting and are looking for more Red Prison or prison-style content in Modern for your future viewing pleasure. YouTube can hit that, like, what is it, subscribe button? I think it's been about, I don't know, 10 videos since I've said that. Let's play first. Let's declare Obosh and let's get things kicked off here. We are 0-0 as we're starting, and the opponent is 1-1. Now, in order to play Magic, one thing that we would like to educate everybody on, and it's a difficult thing to understand, but you do not, I repeat, you do not want to play without having lands. This is not Hearthstone. We do not get some random source from any mystical place. Nope, we need lands. So we'll mulligan this initial one. All right, we have double endurance, and my opponent is a Luris build. Kind of interesting. I think I'm going to go ahead and just keep this. It's going to be a little bit slower. We're going to get rid of one of the lands here. We're going to just take our time. Maybe the Blood Moon will get them. We'll have some endurances to block some creatures. Hey, chat. What are we playing against? It's Mill. All right, basic island here. My opponent does get to you know, make sure that they do have their colors all in line, but I think we'll be good here. Okay, so 1-0, let's go. Poor Mill. And we have the endurance to save. We could even save our Emrakul if they had surgical mainboard. This is a great start this evening. We don't even have to arguably fetch. Oh, Emrakul. Are we done? Game over? Are we done? Yeah, it's pretty messed up with the mainboard endurance, right? Opponent knows my secrets. They do. Let's play Blood Moon, see if it resolves. Visions. You got it, opponent. You got it. I'm ready to hit the F6 button. It's going to be brutal. It's definitely over if they knew my hand. Yeah, I can wait probably to this Fury. Just cast Fury and off to the races I'll go. I don't see a reason to really ever play these endurances. It's like the, yes, I will win. Oh, Water Grape. Oh, they can run up to 4. 3 or 4 usually. I mean, they're going to have to work really hard to win this one. I've got them off black. I'm never searching my library, so they can't really archive trap me too easily. I've got double endurance. I've got an Arbor Elf that's going to allow me to cast Fury next turn and start beating down. We good. Magical Christmas land happening here. Gruul probably taking down game 1. Not to mention that eventually I'll find a pillage and I'll just take that island for myself. Delicious it will be. Oh, we're doing something at end step. Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. I'm not going to fetch with my Wooded Foothills. 1, 2, 3. Just replay Blood Moon. Let's just get this back on there. I don't want them to have black. Resolves. Pass. Maybe I should have left up an extra green here, but I really don't think I'm going to need to be casting these endurances. I'm not sure why they did the Echoing Truth at the time at which they did it. What they should have done is waited until my end step. They did it at their end step. Drown the Lock. Surgical, extirpates, fatal pushes. Luris. Luris is not in hand, but it's an option. Fractured Sanity, cycles, does their thing. Sometimes a Murder's Cut's in there somewhere. They're not doing Ashiok as much anymore, but that would be blue. Crypt Incursion, usually not mainboarded, sideboarded usually. I don't know, what else? What else? All right, let's cast a Fury here. Next turn, I could put attack for 6 and then play Lukka and then use Lukka to go get Emrakul. What's funny is I almost don't want to do that. I want Emrakul to just be in my list. Oh, I should have attacked. Whatever. Barbecue crab, toasty. Toasty, toasty, toasty. All right, I don't see where they win here from here, but they're trying. They're doing the things. Plays a land here. Hedron crab, mills a few. Barbecue doesn't go well with crab. The jig is up. They know what's up. Let's just attack with both. I forgot to attack last time. I don't even want to show the Lukka. Oh, never mind. I won't show that I have a busted hand here. They're doing it. I mean, they have to play in such a way that they think, okay, my opponent could accidentally draw the Emrakul. There he is, or she. Bye-bye, graveyard. I didn't even use the Seasoned Pyromancer tokens, because we don't need them. We don't need them. All right, they concede. They're just done with us. They're just done. All right, so probably some Veils. Run afoul is a creature with flying. Life go on. They don't really do that. Fracturing Gust is probably a no-go here because they don't play artifacts and enchantments as much. Opponent, when they see an Emrakul, it's got to be 2 Veils, right? Just 2 Veils and bring in, just bring out, I don't know. What could we bring out? I mean, all of this is relatively good. Is 2-man with his family for Christmas? I don't know. I don't know. He probably got 1 call. Depends on what he called. I mean, I don't even think I need a main relic. Why would I do that? They got to deal with my graveyard, and I have 4 endurances and an Emrakul. I think it's just 2 Veils, and I just got to pick what I want to take out here. It feels kind of like just 2 pillages, honestly. Maybe 1 pillage and 1, like, something else. I don't know. No, he went back. He scammed people. He said he was Santa. He scammed children. See? 2-man's just downhill. Do I want to be more than 60 cards? No, I doubt it. We don't need to dilute the list. We have to be careful about our mana base. Remember, I could just pick up Obosh too. Yeah, we'll keep this hand. This hand's great. This hand's fantastic. Just play Seasoned Pyromancer, maybe Lukka, and spin into something amazing. Exactly. Serious offense. Inquisition Thoughtseize, by the way, are things my opponent could have too. All right. Definitely going to bolt the crab away. Do I search? I don't think so. I don't think so. Get out of here. Maybe I search next turn. I don't know. Like, if I keep drawing just lands, then I'll be good. I'm afraid to put Utopia Sprawl on, like, a non-basic here. This is clearly like a Drown the Lock or something like that. So play Windswept pass turn. Obosh overkill with Emrakul. It's a one-shot kill. Man, I'm hitting all the fetch lands. Let's do this. Let's shock in here and throw the Utopia Sprawl on a Stomping Ground. We'll just name like green for now. This doesn't really matter. I'm trying to buy myself enough time to just get to play Seasoned Pyromancer with like a land. Like I can ditch these lands. I'm just trying not to search here. I don't need them to like double archive trap me or something crazy and then surgical away Emrakul. What's up, Sorby? Thanks. How's it going? There goes one endurance. Thank you for the sub, the prime. There's Hedron Crab. All right. 2 years of subbing. All right, they're gonna, it looks like they might force me to search, so I'll search along with it if they do force the search. This is a lot of milling, by the way. Almost makes me think I should do like Lukka or try to do it as soon as possible, even though it would pull Emrakul out of the list. Then I would have a big 15-15 Annihilator 6 attacking. It's longer than most relationships. Okay. We're gonna feel. Okay, forcing me to search. I'm gonna go get a forest. See if I can wait as long as I can here. Should have some stomping grounds. So let's go ahead and interact here. Stomping grounds. All right, question is, do they have the surgical? There's Emrakul. Graveyard gets shuffled back in, so we can still do some things with Lukka here. Extirpates. You got it. Goodbye, Graveyard. All right. So 51 cards for them to beat. And they do know what's in my hand here. Archive traps again. Ooh, they got lucky. That was nifty. But they're down to 1 card. I can easily fetch here. Shouldn't be any problems. I mean, 1 card versus 38 cards left. I can even Lukka the Seasoned Pyromancer. All right, lands. Let's go ahead and Seasoned Pyromancer. We're going to get rid of Seasoned Pyromancer plus Windswept Teeth here. I might fetch in response to all this. Fetch and shotgun would be fine. Just in case I hit something spicy here. Okay. Doesn't look bad. Don't have a green card to go with the endurance, but it's still a decent card. Shelldock. What's cool is I can Lukka down on the elemental token too and convert it into something a little more interesting. Endurance or Seasoned Pyromancer. Or Fury even. Fluffy doesn't have a green card? Nope, no green card. All right, Forest obtained here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attempt to cast Fury here to get rid of the Hedron Crab. We're at 29. Shouldn't get totally milled out here. I'm hoping that the Shelldock Isle is not specifically like Crypt Incursion here. All right, we're countered. We're gonna attack for 2, pass turn. When does this go? When a player paying its mana cost if a liar has 20 or fewer. Okay. I'm at 29. Down to 16 to go. Begins combat. It's not a land. They're not milling me, so it's an interactive card. Pillage isn't too bad here. Let's go ahead and attempt to pillage the Shelldock Isle. Get rid of the counter spell, which is what I assume they have here. Okay, floating mana. Interestingly enough, this could be an Archive Trap hardcast. Doesn't appear to be. Attack for 2. We have Endurance up here. I'll probably fetch before they get to do anything. Let's get another... Let's get a mountain. Cool. Okay. Now what? 3 mana. Okay. We have a chance to respond here. This would be a little bit rough if they do this and then have exactly Extirpate, right? Extirpate would get rid of my endurances. I feel like I almost need to just do this and accept 14 mil. 16 months, Donnie, what's up? Let's do this before. This plays around Extirpate. May seem weird, but a 3/4/2/2 and the ability to spin the elemental into something juicy. I think it's too much to pass up for the one-off chance that the card they have is Extirpate when they get priority back and I lose endurance here. I also got the concession. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Good start to the night. Little Lukka showing off Emrakul, not in the way of attacking, but rather in the way of anti-mill. It is not the holidays for our opponent. Maybe we're the Grinch. Maybe we're the Grinch. What's up, Donnie? 16th months, 22 from Sorby, 48 from Sickball Russ. Got the raid in. It's turned into a fine Wednesday here. I'm a main one, Mr. Fluff. I don't know if you could do fluffy, right? Too many syllables. Are there any green-red cards that would fit in this deck? I'm not sure what you mean. Ooh, that's good, Donnie. Gonna stroll right into the new year. Let's Obosh declare. Hand looks good. Let's keep. Let's play this off of a basic mountain. Maybe I should play it off Stomping Ground, but I saw this list. Grayus. It's perfect. It has the Lukka package. It has, what is this? Oh, engineered on 1. Engineered on 1. What list plays Island engineered on 1? Polluted Delta. All right, let's go ahead and fetch here to get another forest and then lock in a Blood Moon. Your go, opponent. Good luck. Blue-Red Murktide does this, but that's a... We saw a Polluted Delta. Now we see a Watery Grave. In for 2. Pop. Pop, pop, SpaghettiOs. Season Pyromancer. Get rid of the cards that don't matter here. Cool. We kept Lukka here. The only thing that's double green is the Endurance, and I'm not too worried about that. Ooh. Master Thopterus plus Mox Amber. Oh boy. Oh boy. Looks like I get Lukka next turn, though. That's always fun. I say I get Lukka next turn. Technically, they'll have double blue. here comes Urza. Okay. That's not good. I hope they don't have force for this. They can make 2 more blue here, which could be counterspell. Flooded Strand, and we're making a little more mana here to play something. Luckily, I have them off Thopter. Thought Casts, Welding Jar. Thought Cast again. Mox Amber again. Now we have a lot of blue. So they're going to counter Lukka. I think we just have to try for this. If they have the counter spell, we're kind of dead. If they don't, down tick, Season Pyromancer, Hit Fury, or Emrakul. We gotta go with the 3-drop. So we're gonna either hit Fury, which can kill Urza, or we're gonna hit Emrakul, which is gonna be interesting. All right, we hit Fury. It's gotta be Urza, right? They might have another Urza. I feel like it's Urza here though. Unlocking themselves from the Blood Moon feels really bad. Maybe they just bounce this though. Floats a little bit of mana. 2 blue to be exact. Draws a card. I like this. There's only 2 Thopters now. Lukka's not going to technically die. Unless they have Bolt. But they appear to be Esper, Sword, Thopter, Foundry. That stuff. Draws a card. Okay. Now there's only 1 here. I could spin the Fury into a Lukka, or into an Emrakul now. Whoa, we found black mana. All right, you got my Arbor Elf. We're getting an Emrakul, right? I mean, this is just chump block, down tick, spin for spaghetti. I attack first, right? Where could I go wrong if I attack first? Nowhere. Famous last words. Attack. Maybe they'll block with this. One less thing I have to deal with. Yeah, look at that. Got some value out of it. Oh no, what is this? Okay. That works. Exile Fury, get the Spaghetti Mom in. Play a little Ragavan here just for grins and pass the turn. Good luck, opponent. Don't bounce this. All right, there's Urza. Okay, they got some blue mana again. This currently kills in the air. 5, spin the wheel. Finds a Thought Cast. Cast it, draw some cards. You need to produce something. We got there. All right. Fracturing Gust. That's a good one. Veil of Summer seems okay, and Relics seem okay in this matchup. This is no good. They're going to infinite combo me, so life goes on probably doesn't work either. I can't see Ragavan doing a whole lot in this matchup. Mainly because if we're really honest with ourselves with the Ragavan, It's probably just not going to be able to connect very often. We could keep it in, though. Lightning Bolt has trouble killing both Urza and also Psy. It would kill an Emery, which I kind of think they're probably playing. Oh my gosh, heebie-jeebies. Run afoul, yeah, probably Murktide. Oh my gosh, Hebe. Heebie-jeebies, thank you so much. Ragavan is good for Lukka sack. The Lukka sack on a Ragavan hits Seasoned, Endurance, Fury, or Emrakul. Like, it's okay. I might be keeping Ragavan in and just dropping bolts for some Fraction Gusts and Veils, and then seeing if I can get a couple relics in. Heebie-jeebies, thank you so much. Welcome Ocean Affinity, Burnt, Adabai, Canal, MTGO, and Horus X Rises. Maybe that's how you say it. Welcome, everyone. I want some version of these relics in here. Although I have the endurances too. Maybe I don't. Can I just get away with the endurance? Let's just get away with the endurances. This Veil is gonna be a busted. I can just feel it's gonna be busted. I'm gonna keep. Look at this hand. Look at this hand. They're not gonna fatal push or steal this. No. Okay. Let's try Ragavan first, and then we'll work on maybe top decking a land, Arbor Elf, Utopia Sprawl, and go like absolutely nuts. Plus Ragavan attack, like they want to kill this, right? I'd rather them kill this than the Arbor Elf. Ooh, another Blood Fountain. Oh, don't tell me that's your only card. Did you keep a one lander too? I love keeping one landers. Oh, nope, you're good. All right, let's attempt to hit. We do. We connected. Oh, I'll take a bobble. All right, let's see what we're drawing. All right, basic mountain. Let's make green here, to put green here, and then see if we can make more green to make double green to Utopia. Give us red and then Arbor Elf. Look at everything we did. We can't really play Blood Moon, but they can fetch basic, so I'm probably not doing that. Blood Moon's worst card here. We're gonna draw our mountain. Oh my gosh, where's that Fracturing Gust? Thought Monitor, that's fine. They draw some cards, but we got the Furies. Ooh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay. This is interesting because if I play Blood Moon, I lose all my Utopia Sprawls. But the Blood Moon kills the Saga, and the Saga looks like it could be a problem. What do I have? 1, 2, 3. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. 5, 6, 7, 8. Could do both of these. The Saga makes really big creatures too. You are correct. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. The problem is I have to connect in order to play the Blood Moon. Probably don't care about this as much. What I can probably do is just play Blood Moon. And maybe float mana to play like an Endurance here or something. I'm worried about the saga, and I don't think I can let the saga resolve. We can get to the Thought Monitor later. Opponent floats mana. I'm going to actually give them their lands and their bauble back because that's all crappy stuff for them to draw. You know what? We're not casting this anytime soon. Let's Fury this away and attack in. I've done a few things backwards. It's because we love doing things backwards. Now I'm hitting for 2. Draws and does the thing with the blood token. I'll take a Thoughtseize. Everything backwards pays off here. I get to take a peek and there's I guess I'll take that. There's nothing over there. Oh, that was a really good top deck. Except there's nothing down here. It does give them a little more blue. We know that that's what they drew, so. Mox Amber in hand. I got rid of the other card. Floats all kinds of mana here. Maybe he's gonna they put Thought Monitor back in their hand. Okay. Let's go ahead and attack, see if they want to trade here. The answer is no. We top deck a Pithing Needle. Do I name Blood Fountain here, or do I name Urza? We could name Emery, but Emery only gets some Mox Amber right now. I guess he gets a Blood Fountain too. We could name Emery. They can get Psy, which is kind of frightening. I think I want to name Blood Fountain. Blood Fountain seems more problematic than a lot of things. I don't know. Maybe it's incorrect. I mean, they've basically played around Blood Moon. Oh, there's Urza. Thought Monitor. We knew they had Urza? What? How'd you read their mind and knew they had Urza? The only things we knew about was the island and the Mox Amber. They put Thought Monitor with this. Returns 2. That's fine. It just doesn't list it, though. No, it just returned. Yeah. Activates an ability, Emery. Targeting Thought Monitor, choose target artifact card graveyard. Oh no, you said the blood thing. Oh, they did have a thought. Okay, we just missed it. Fair enough. I was like, no, they didn't do that. No, they didn't draw Urza. It apparently was down here when they used the blood fountain. Wow, this is a lot of stuff. EE on 1. That's really good. We might concede to that. That's pretty good. Pops the EE. Use the blood token to loot the Ox Amber. There's a lot going on here. Shadow Spear on this. All right, we can concede. Veils don't do anything. Get these Veils out of here. Give me the relics back. All right, we need all the relics. I feel like pillage is almost not very good here. I'll take one pillage out. I'll take one Ragavan. No, I'm on the play. We can keep a Ragavan in. Let's get rid of a Blood Moon. All right, Graveyard means a lot to them. A lot more than I thought it would. I didn't think their whole strategy would be more or less the Graveyard. Maybe a little surprised by that. I got lost. I got lost in everything my opponent was doing. We're going to get a Relic down first because that way it doesn't get Thought Seized here. It'd be great to play Seasoned Pyromancer on turn 2, but I don't think we need it. Well, that might not be a reason to play Arbor Elf now. Whoops. Happy holidays. What's up, Fire Breathing? We're trying some Gruul Pawns, so we've been goofing it up a little bit here. Wonder if I'm supposed to draw. Try to hit the Blood Moon now that they have a Saga. They can pop my Relic at any point. There's Lukka. Okay. I'm liking where this is going. Spin Emrakul back. Okay. We can beat a Saga with an Emrakul. We'll see. We have to spin off Seasoned Pyromancer and hit it, so we got maybe we can find a Fury first. Oh, never mind. Bye, Lukka. Never mind. Okay. They're not going to be using this at the moment. Blood Moon off the top wouldn't be bad. Oh! Oh. Hacks. All the hacks. Good old Thoughtseize bug. I can't imagine they use this Engineer Explosives to blow up the Arbor Elf. I'm going to hold up like I have something here. Ooh, I should probably fetch here. Pithy Needle on Windswept Heath? Just kidding. That'd be a waste for them. They just took the Lukka. They can't... They're not going to protect themselves from another Lukka, right? No, my Windswept Heath. They fixed their Thoughtseize bug. Why did they not block Pyro? They couldn't make a token, if that's what you're asking. They only had 1 mana open. Oh, gosh. All right, apparently we're doing this the hard way. The hard way, we're going to hard cast Emrakul, right? We didn't cast Lukka here because I'm planning to block with Seasoned Pyromancer and create tokens at end step. Might even block with the Arbor Elf, but maybe I don't bother there. Apparently my opponent's drawn only... Oh no, not only basics. There's one polluted delta here. There's Psy. I think I'm in trouble. We had a chance till they top decked the... Or they went and got the Pithy Needle. Attacks for 7. Do a nice little blocky. Fetch before damage resolves. There's not any weird timing issues. I don't expect them to take this anyway. And step. Grab our tokens. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, this doesn't do anything. Play Blood Moon past turn. We can keep holding Lukka. If I end up top decking a Seasoned Pyromancer, it turns into an elemental token. Where's that Fracturing Gust? There's Urza. Blood Fountain. Do they even have the Thopter Foundry combo? I don't think they do. It really doesn't feel like they do. Discards a Fatal Push. Thought Monitor. Opponent hasn't even touched their graveyard this time, so the Relic wouldn't have done much. Psy and Urza going to town here. Block here. I think if they got Shadow Spear, they would have won there. So I guess we're fortunate that they did not get that. Playing to my out of Fracturing Gust. I'm going to go ahead and play Lukka here as a distraction. Come on, one top deck Fracturing Gust. That's all we need. Draws with Thought Monitor. Pick it back up. Very interesting interactions. I don't think I've seen this list. One, two, three, four, 5, or 4. Replay this. Sacrifices Mox Amber here to Psy to draw a card. Now using what appears to be Blood Fountain. Does so. Returns the Thought Monitors. Plays the Thought Monitor. Draws 2. I love that I wrote about needing Torp Orb in prison lists today. I feel good about my suggestion now. Well, Mox Amber here. More tokens being made. We have to take to at least the top deck unless my opponent... Engineered Explosives kills both elementals. I can block still with 2 elves. If they blow this up, they blow up all their tokens too, so they're not going to do that. 5 spins Urza, finds Emery. Come on, Fracturing Gust, one time off the top. They're still doing things. Kills all the Arbor Elves. Can I even do this? I don't remember Fracturing Gust. Is it 2 green or 3 green? I think it's 3 green. Well, let's just see if we would have drawn it anyway. Blooded Strand. No dice. It's kind of interesting because we had the Emrakul. Maybe we can find something? Oh, I exiled nothing. All right. Well, that was interesting. Whoa, that's a lot of endurances in a row. Huh. I don't think I've ever played against something quite like that with a blood fountain. Crazy that it doesn't use as much of the graveyard as it looked like in game 2. Although the Veils still were, or not the Veils, the relics were still probably better to have. That was interesting. That was interesting. And it's 3 green. I needed another Arbor Elf. Well, now we know. Let's continue on. Get on with match number 3. I'm sure we'll turn it around. 1, 1, 1, 1 all the way around. And we're going to be playing second, it looks like. First time tonight, playing second. There's a little bit of Obosh for us. There's a Luris list. We've got a Bolt. Season Pyromancer. A lot of double red. Only have double green. Bolt's not bad, though, against Luris. I think we'll keep. Watch them be mill again. Watch them be mill. Bobble. Plains. That sounds like hammer time. Ornithopter. What else? Shadow Spear. All right. Let's play Wooded Foothills and pass. I don't think I need to use Fury just yet. Got the Bolted instant speed. Prefer to hold the Pillage. They're going to see my top card I'm going to be fetching before we pick up that card. Artifacts are hacks. Why did you say that? Green, Temple card. Not black. Interesting. Bum, 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 bum. Pure Steel Paladin. Pass the turn. All right, let's fetch. I'm not going to use the Bolt. I'd like to draw a different red spell, possibly. Be nice to draw a different red spell, then I can use Fury to kill both of these and hold up instant speed removal. So let's just take a draw and see what we get first. Take a draw. Take a draw. Take a draw. An extra Fury. So. I want to pillage away that Shadow Spear. I also want to draw with Seasoned Pyromancer, but I like the extra Fury here a lot more than the Seasoned Pyromancer and then the instant speed removal. So buy Seasoned Pyromancer, double kill here, and continue on our way. Pow pow. All you, opponent. Ink Moth. That's a great thing for Bolt or Pillage. Another Pure Steel Paladin. Maybe this is a Bolt, Pure Steel Paladin, Pillage, Inkmoth Nexus kind of turn. Work our way up to Fury. I think we got time now. Bolton response. We've learned our lessons from times past. That's 2 Pure Steel Paladins down. I'm not too worried about the hammer being attached to something. Looks like I'm going to probably pillage away the Inkmoth. If I get a Blood Moon, I'll obviously do that instead, but pillage the Inkmoth looks like a good idea. It's like a really good idea now. Looks like a really good idea. All right, opponent's got 1 card in hand. I'm hoping it's not a 3rd Pure Steel Paladin. If it is, though, we'll be able to manage it. Ancient Stirrings. Okay, that's what some of the green is there for. Urza Saga. That looks like a great pillage target. One other card in hand. Bloodmoon would be perfect here. Get rid of the Saga. Save the pillage. No luck there. Let's go ahead and... I want to pillage this Saga. I kind of want to go after the Temple Garden, too. They have another land they get to play. It's a 3. I guess I got to go for the Saga. Now what, opponent? Horizon Canopy. That could be a redraw. They could also put Luris to hand. Yeah, Barwick, they kind of went all crazy on us. We know for next time. It's a lot crazier of a list than I thought it would be. Waiting for priority here on end step so I can fetch. Fetched away. Stomping Grounds. Looks good. I probably wait on this Fury. And we wait because we're waiting for them to play another creature. My worst fear is it's Pure Steel Paladin plus another artifact. And if it's both of those, then these can be attached. As long as it's not exactly Pure Steel Paladin, I think we can kill the stuff we need with Fury. Opponent cantrips with the Horizon Canopy. The basic planes. So we can't Blood Moon Luris out. We can't Blood Moon Pure Steel Paladin out either. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? Giver. That is worth killing. Hey, there's the Pure Steel Paladin. All right, both are worth killing, obviously. Holding Fury pays off here. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Fury number 2 being picked up here. This will be the third Fury for this game. 2-2 split. Opponent's got nothing in hand. We'll attack with Arbor Elf and pass turn. All you, opponent. You're at 17. 3-turn clock here with a Fury. That was the third Pure Steel Paladin, by the way. Concession from our opponent. Ooh, Lukka. Lukka spin Fury into Emrakul? All right. What, Fracturing Gust? Possibly. Run afoul is kind of interesting because it would get rid of an Ornithopter. It's an instant speed way to get rid of it, and it's a sacrifice, which is nifty. Yep. We're hoping that Blood Moon will take care of that. I think the Fracturing Gust is okay if they get more closer to the Pure Steel Paladin route. We may not like want to cast that immediately. I take Ragavan out in this matchup because Ragavan just usually doesn't connect. Let's go. Let's go. Endurance blocks a Ink Moth as well, which is nifty because it has the reach. So we got things going for us here. Obosh declared. It's kind of a weird hand. I guess I can keep it, and if they go all in on like a flyer, we're good. But if they go in all in on a card on the ground, we're not getting very far. Razor Verge Thicket. Esper Sentinel. All right, that creature's on the ground. On the ground, but manageable. I am going to... I'm going to chance that they don't have Sigarda's Aid plus Hammer here. If it's that, then I don't have them pick up a card from Esper Sentinel because I'll be able to bolt it and pay for it and then also hold up Run Afoul. They have Sigarda's Aid though plus the Hammer, then we're kind of in trouble. Verdict says just a Pure Steel Paladin. Still kind of frightening. Ornithopter. Run Afoul can take care of that. There's no way they attack. If they attack, I block. I just snap it off. Snap it off, bolt here, Run Afoul this. Yeah. That's what I thought. What's up, D20? How goes it? So this says whenever we cast our first non-creature spell, so the totality of our mana here is 3 to prevent them from drawing. We could have done everything on our turn while they were tapped out, but I think it's better to play it here. I probably have to respond to something onto the being cast for the Pure Steel Paladin with a redraw, but I want them to spend the mana putting something into play that draws them a card, tries to get them closer to Pure Steel Paladin's Metalcraft, more so than keeping it in their hand for a later date. Urza's Saga is a really good card for them here. Ancient Stirrings. What do you got for us? Oh, great opponent. Shadow Spear. It's kind of a nasty artifact. Let's get that mountain. Let's bolt Pure Steel Paladin. Let's pay for Sentinel. Got to run afoul here if I want to get rid of the Ornithopter. I don't know if I really need to or not. It would be mana efficient at this point. It would also make the Urza Saga token a little smaller. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Waiting to potentially block. I highly doubt they attack with the Esper Sentinel here. Let's do it. Let's confuse my opponent. All right, so Ornithopter's gone. Esper Sentinel here. Season Pyromancer. Pillage. Blood Moon. I'll take that. Let's go ahead and fetch our other basic here, and then we'll just slap down a Blood Moon. And we can even pay for this Esper Sentinel. And then next turn, I can spin Arbor Elf into something more important off the Lukka. This is all falling together very nicely. Sweet. Your move, opponent. So what are we hoping for? I mean, like a Fury would be nice. Emrakul is obviously perfect. Season Pyromancer even wouldn't be a bad spin-off here. Endurance would probably be the weakest, but I wouldn't be upset because it could block the Esper Sentinel. 2-2, tax, 9-2, 22. Little Temple Garden. Lurrus is off the table here. Lurrus is back on. Springleaf Drum. Nice. Tax for 2. All right. Well, Season Pyromancer is kind of a nice one. I'm going to go ahead and spin the Arbor Elf here with the Lukka. I think it's the most impactful thing I can do this turn. And then they have to kind of go after the Lukka, or they get it again. I end up hitting Fury, so this like really pays off for us. That was a really good hit. We skipped the Seasoned Pyromancers and the Endurances, and we ended up hitting a Fury. I approve. Very much so. Very good card to hit. If I get the option to down tick again with Lukka, then we're going to attack with Fury and then get an Emrakul. It's like a 2-turn Emrakul if you're at 3. I don't know why we didn't think of that earlier. Blowout. It's pretty good. My opponent's been on the back end of this for quite some time. All right, turn 5. What are we doing, opponent? Ornithopter, you got it. That makes more white mana if they need it. Makes green as well. Floats white. Sanctifier. Nice. I approve of Sanctifier. It's a good card. I'm not sure what it's going to do against an Emrakul. All right, turn comes back to us. We will be playing likely Seasoned Pyromancer. Maybe I'll Pillage instead. Knock him off the white here. So, exile the Fury. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just pillage away the plains. Good luck, opponent. If they want to kill Lukka, they have to attack. That means they don't get white mana here. I'm also going to be attacking with giant spaghetti. So double down ticking with Lukka here just in most cases is going to get you to Fury and then get you to the Emrakul. We obviously spun over the a lot with our Arbor Elf, so it worked out really, really nicely. But yeah. Utility Lukka coming in. 2-1. Pasta wins again. Pasta wins again. Also, we've now been in 2 matchups where Fracturing Gust probably would have been really, really good. Not to mention that this also hits the Saga land, if that ever comes up. Impastable. Yes. Only downside to this list, I feel like, is it's got to have Ragavan in it, I think. Mamma mia. All right, 2-1, my opponent's 1-0. Runner. Well, I hope they don't hit runner on me. What do we talk about, 1-landers? We keep 1-landers, not 0-landers. All right. I'll keep a 1-lander. I'm willing to risk it. Opponent mulled to 6. What's the worst that could happen here? What if it's Tron? Then we're good. Ragavan, then pillage their land. Remember when you said you wouldn't keep any 1-landers in 2021? No, I don't remember. Why would I say such things? That's what everyone came to see, right? 1-landers. Oh gosh, Scalding Tarn. Well, I'm gonna pass. We're gonna dash monkey in. They're gonna dash monkey in. We're gonna bolt it, and then we'll dash monkey in and we'll win. Oh, you mean the emote we created? That's great. Fluffy 35 1-lander. Let's get dashing. Whoa. We're gonna get iced here. Who's ready to get iced? I'm ready. Ice me. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and put a Ragavan in and pass turn. All right, so we've got ourselves some Rhinos. Rhino seems like it might be a little bit of a difficult matchup for us. We'll see. We can kill the Shardless, and we can kill Rhino right now. I could theoretically kill maybe 2 Rhinos. I'm going to attack with the Ragavan and see if they want to block with the Rhino. It's probably going to block with the Shardless Agent. I think I have to let that go. Casting Fury here to get rid of another Rhino. Life total really matters against this. As you saw, they put Shardless Agent plus 2 4/4s. That's 10 power for 3 mana. Ice, baby. I like the little ice one. Wonder if I block here with Arbor Elf. I hope they don't put another 10 power in the board. If they put another 10 power, I don't think I can keep up. Please don't put another 10 power, please. That's really rude. Goodbye, Arbor Elf. Down to 12. Land? Well, it's another Fury. Let's go ahead and exile the Bolt. Exiling the Bolt here because the next card I draw, I want it to let me draw more cards. So I'm hoping for a land and then Seasoned Pyromancer to keep up with what my opponent's doing. I'm really worried about, though, also land and Fury. No double red, though, besides blue. Just slaps down a Brazen Borrower. All right, maybe I should have kept the Bolt. Misty Rainforest attacks for 3. We're going to 9. We can always block it. No land. Pass turn. Please don't spin creatures. Please, 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 please. Green. Oh, all right. Attacks for another 3. I'm alive still. Not by much, though. Need a land drop. We found it. I'm going to try to play Endurance first. I'm gonna get killed. Let's play this Endurance. Thank goodness for Reach. Let's spin my graveyard. I don't want to give them another crashing. That just seems ridiculous. Hopefully they don't dead gone me. I think we're dead. So I'll have 2 flying Brazen Borrowers. I have 1 Endurance that I can cast. Maybe they'll see me cast this and see the Endurance go away, and by second main phase, they'll slap in the... Oh, I can't even do it. I was gonna say, slap in the Brazen Borrow and I'll have a red card, but it's no dice. All right, Rhinos. Ugh. Like Veil to protect some of my cards that I'm gonna play. Just gotta really leverage these Blood Moons and Pillages. I mean, I think we can do it, but oof, this is gonna be frustratingly difficult. I don't think we make any changes. We need a Blood Moon so that they don't have green and red for the Violent Outburst. Maybe we can shut off the blue as well with a Blood Moon. They're going to have like Force of Vigor. Maybe a quick attacking monkey or something. All right. Keep this Utopia Sprawl, then pillage them. Where are our chalices? Wrong list. You close on a house. Congratulations. 5 days, right at the end of the year. Gemstone Caverns. Oh boy. Got rid of a Force of Negation. Does that mean they have a second force negation here? I hope not. Well, they're F6, so the answer is no. Man, they're just going for like the quick 1-2 here. I hope they don't ice me. Please don't ice me. Please don't ice me. Please don't ice me. Thank you. We'll go for the pillage. Try to set them back a land. I think if they had the ice and then they head straight into the rhinos, I think we lose the match. The fact that they didn't, this looks good. They won't have counterspell. Float's red. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Misty and Misty. Pretty good cards for them. Just trying to dig, trying to dig. We decided to play Arbor Elf here instead of holding 2 lands. It just gives me more things to have out on the battlefield in case they do ice us. Fury is an okay draw. I don't hate the Fury. Land? They do have a land. 10 damage, 10 power on the board. How's it going, heebie-jeebies? One, two, three, 4, and untap this one. We'll get another Arbor Elf down for tons of mana. Try to play Lukka. Spin a Seasoned Pyromancer, see what we get. They could bounce this. I don't think they should. Okay, they kill it. All right. I'm not that upset about them killing that. They have a window here to kill Lukka, obviously. But killing that, I mean, I can just repeat doing this again, and I can actually do it off Fury to guarantee them Gruul. It would mean I would force the Fury down first without removing anything, but this could be really, really smart. All basics? Teamer basics? Yeah, teamer basics. Be interesting if they're playing Bone Crusher or go for another dead here, but they don't have Reddit, so maybe they Petty Theft. Petty Theft's an Arbor Elf. Okay. They could also Fury this away. The team of Rhinos plays Fury. Could end up getting rid of the Lukka. 1 and 3 here. Yep. Can't cast this. We have 2 cards. Play our Arbor Elf and pass turn. So my opponent's navigated my threats. Let's see what we can do about them. Pillage is not bad here. What do we think is the worst card? Blue? Green? Probably blue, right? It's gotta be blue. Gotta be blue. Prevents this Brazen Borrower from showing up. Mystical Dispute. Nice. They went for it. We have 3 mana, luckily. Blue's a dangerous color. Definitely needed to untap before Mystical Dispute began resolving. Opponent finds another land. No double blue, though, so no Brazen Borrower. I wonder if we're just supposed to slam Fury in at this point. I think the answer is yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just try to slam the Fury here. Do they have another counter spell? We got to get through the counter spell if they have it. Shocks and Esteem Vents. Disputes again. Disputes again. Please don't show me rhinos. Okay, land drop. One card. We're gonna try for it again. Just cast the Fury. Not too scared. They haven't been playing the Cascade card so far. I'd be surprised if they finally picked it up. Brazen Borrowers to bounce Fury. Opponent's living on the edge here. Let's make more mana. Let's make more mana. Fury resolves. Pass turn. Hold up Bolt. Hardcast Emrakul time. 6, 7, 8. We're halfway there. Brazen Borrower again. All right, it's a land drop, so they can play a Brazen Borrower down now, finally. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play Fury. Pass turn. Probably okay to just bolt one of these. They can only block things in the air. I could bolt face. That's somewhere I could go with this. I could bolt face, and then I'd do 6 damage upstairs plus Fury. Crashing Footfall suspended. I kind of like this line, though. I'm going to attack for some decent... No companion? Oh, I've just been forgetting Obosh even exists. Here, I got Obosh for you. I just don't play with enough companions. My bad. Good reminder. Good reminder. All right, same thing, send it back. Now we're on the draw, unfortunately. And if my opponent hits even a pair of those Rhino spells, it's going to be a lot of damage we've got to get rid of. I guess it's a good point out that the Obosh, grabbing the Obosh here, we could use a Bolt to kill Rhinos. Or even the Fury is then a lot of damage for the Rhinos. You can just 2 and 2 and kill 2 Rhinos. If they bounce Obosh in response, though, to the 2 and 2 being assigned, then we're sad. Very, very sad. Here we go, Rhinos. Match 4, Obosh. Well, Blood Moon does things. Ragavan helps us a little bit too. I think we can try it. And kept all 7. We don't have anything like Chalice, so you don't have to go with what do we have here. I'm gonna lead with Ragavan. both Arbor Elf and Ragavan get us to Blood Moon quickly. Let's go ahead and attack. Uh-oh. Wow. Basic Forest. Fires away the Ragavan. Play an Arbor Elf and pass. All right, so how much are we going to do? 8 or 10? I think it's going to be 10. There's the gemstone. Here's the spin. And it's a Shardless Agent. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bolt the Shardless Agent. Mana efficiency here. Going to probably play Blood Moon. And then we'll see where we go. I could... I guess Fury would be good with an Obosh to hand as well here. I think if they have Violent Outburst, I'm just dead, though. I'll take my 8 and go to 10. Scalding Tarn. One more land and they just get to Fury me away, too, which I'm not sure I can beat. Rhinos is pretty broken. Rhinos is strong. That's definitely true. See if we can dash in a monkey. Maybe we get a petty theft from them or something. You never know. You never know. All right. Obosh to hand. I don't think I'm dead, but I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close. Taking 8, going to 2. Huh. Lukka. I don't think we have an out, do we? I can play Obosh, I can block, and I can block, but I take 3 because of the trample. Lukka... If I play Lukka, spin Arbor Elf here, I could hit Season Pyromancer. If I play, so let's see here. If I do this, I'll lose Obosh doing this. And if we do... Let's do a Ragavan first, and then a Lukka. And then we'll kill Arbor Elf and spin to Season Pyromancer. Oh, Fury. Fury! Fury! Ah, we're alive. Just. That works. That might be better because then I can play Obosh next turn. We got a block, though. We're alive. Please don't have your own Fury, please. Please, no. Stop. 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 No. All right, they had the Fury anyway. Fury's away my Fury attacks here. Oh, they can Fury both away. It's 4 damage. Well, kill here. Kill here. Dang it. There's a Lightning Bolt. And then we would have seen 3 cards. Nah, That wouldn't have done it. We could have Obosh to Emrakul, but that doesn't do it either. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. 2-2. Rhinos take us down. Let's see if we can snag the 3-2 tonight. Let's see if we can snag the 3-2. That was a close game, though. That was a close game. Maybe a few misturns here and there. Kind of has a similar problem that Prison does with Rhinos, that they have just a lot of answers, but then also they just have a lot of damage they put into play. I mean, case in point, Run Afoul is here for Murktide. I wonder if that was a matchup to do Life Goes On, but you get to cast like a Life Goes On and stop one Rhino, maybe. If you lose a creature too, but for only one turn, like maybe the Time Walk's worth it. Maybe. All right. No green mana here. I don't like the one lander. Let's go ahead and mulligan this. Sure. Let's go get that Obosh. Renjitsu is our opponent. 0-0, we're 2-2. I don't particularly like our starting hand, but we will work with what we've got. Steam Vents and a Consider. Well, it looks like we found Murktide. I think we found Murktide. Endurance will be interesting against like a Darcy list. Tap, land, go. Tap, land, go. Please don't dash in Monkey. I don't want to see Monkey. Island. Consider. One thing we could do is flash in an Endurance at end step and attempt to play Lukka. Interesting potential line. Faithless Salvaging and a Thought Scour. There's a lot of things in the graveyard here. I feel like I'm supposed to just Endurance right now. I feel like they've got the Murktide. So, no Murktide for you, opponent. The way they're just dumping cards to the graveyard just doesn't feel right. Try again next time, opponent. Phoenix? It could be Phoenix. So maybe I should have staved it, but it felt like very much a potential Murktide. 3 mana Prismatic Ending here on the Endurance. Looks like I'm going to be dashing in a Monkey. Go Monkey. Go Monkey. Dash that Monkey. Ragavan finds a Faithful Mending. I cannot cast that. Let's not put Obosh to hand. No Obosh. Red, blue. Expressive Iteration. Nope. Faithless Salvaging. Discard a card, then draw a card. Discards a Scalding Tarn. Honestly, if it's only Hallowed Fountain out there, I might play Ragavan and spin Lukka. On the off chance I find Emrakul. Is it worth it here? Oh, there is Arclight Phoenix. Well, now that I have a second Emrakul, or a second Lukka, I think I go for this. They don't have Force, right? They don't have Force. We don't have a gut shot. Spin away, monkey. It was nice knowing you. Hit the big one. Endurance would be fine, too. Oh. All right. That means if I spin next time, spaghetti. I could have dashed and still cast it, right? Yes, I guess I could have. I guess it would have been slightly better. Got to see what they had, too. And spell one. I got so mesmerized by the cat. Manamorphose. All right, so we're going to be seeing Phoenixes this turn. Just don't have a bolt. Leave my poor Fury alone. Serum Visions, that's the 4th spell. We're going to be seeing this Phoenix coming back, smacking Lukka for 3. Opponent puts both cards on top. Spireblast Canal tapped. Still casting things. Manamorphose. Double red. Endurance wouldn't be a bad draw for sure. Gut shots Lukka instead of me. Phoenix. 3-2. Gut shot seems funny if they attack Lukka. Gut shot should have gone upstairs. Okay. Let's go ahead and get Obosh to hand. Play Stomping Ground, and let's go ahead and bolt Arclight Phoenix. Your move, opponent. We did it all. There's not much else to that turn. Remove the threat. See what my opponent's going to do. There's Demi-Lich. And a Consider. Okay. Could spin, or I get Obosh into play. Kind of like Obosh plus Arbor Elf here. And mainly because if I were to use Lukka then on Obosh, I could go get Emrakul. Gives me kind of a few options here. I could also spin Arbor Elf trying to hit Endurance. Discards an Arclight Phoenix. I feel like I almost might have to spin Obosh here with the idea that spinning Obosh into Emrakul gives me a flyer, which might be necessary. We'll see how much they put into this. They're looking for more. They find Gut Shot and Demi-Lich in the yard. They can play another Demi. Does so. Casts 2 spells this turn. Attacks for 4 in the air. You can cast something. I feel like I'm going to get an Emrakul here. Is that a Gut Shot? I think so. Gut Shots Obosh. I'm just going to take the 4. They have 1 card left in their hand. I'm feeling fairly safe. Let's just play Lukka, down tick on Obosh and pass turn. This turns into an Emrakul, and I think I can win from the Emrakul spot here. Endurance is a pretty good draw. My opponent's got 1 card in hand. We're rebounding, salvaging as well. I can't imagine, unless they got really lucky and found the last 2 Manamorphoses. I don't see a world where the graveyard is a big threat right now. And so the Endurance can probably come back down after Emrakul is here. That's my gut feeling, at least. I'm at 14, which is pretty good. Bolts me. Remember, they didn't gut shot me. I'd be at 10. Do we have like a Helix? Manamorphose. So they did have 1 Manamorphose. We've had a Bolt. Finds a normal Arc-Light Phoenix. This Arc-Light Phoenix can block, which is what it has to do. Oh, did they cast enough? I thought it was 3. Oh, 3 or more. 3, 6, 9, 12. I can block here and here. So the graveyard, it was enough because they had the Manamorphose. Send it all. And they needed the Bolt. Kind of needed a lot, didn't they? Perfect draws. Oh, maybe I was supposed to play the Endurance. Gets rid of the graveyard, and there's no fear of the Arc-Light Phoenixes coming back. Let's get some relics in here, shall we? Bring in the relics. Get rid of pillages, probably. Blood Moon still looks like it will have an impact against them. Wonder if that Lukka was greedy. The Endurance is also a 3/4, so it blocks flyers. Maybe that was greedy. I'm not going to bring in Veil. My opponent can counter my stuff. That is fine. Let's play first. Let's declare Obosh. Let's try it. Let's try it with the Arbor Elf, shall we? Forest, Arbor Elf, go. Go. Let's see if they want to remove an Arbor Elf here with a Gut Shot or a Fatal Push. Or not Fatal Push, sorry. Lightning Bolt. Hallowed Fountain is neither of those. Gut Shot is free, though. Considers. I'm going to be using this first season Pyromancer trying to find answers. Trying to find answers. And let's get rid of 2 bolts so I can do this again. All right. 1 answer found. Let's keep it going. Got some pressure on the battlefield as well in the form of Seasoned Pyromancers. And the tokens. I like our position here. A little faithful mending from my opponent. We're going to leave Endurance up and attack with probably the team. Could even leave Arbor Elf back so I have a bolt. That might be worth it. 5 versus 4. One less turn. The Phoenix. I could always throw the bolt upstairs at some point. Cool. All right. I think we're in a good spot this time. Endurance, can bolt, can fury. If they're able to get through all of this, they deserve the win. Another faithful mending. They are gaining life, so that would make the 5 per turn versus 6 per turn, or 4 per turn a little bit, you know, got to consider your options there. Wonder when I snap off this Endurance. You know, kind of like soon. One more spell. Let them go. And then Arclight. Let's go ahead and Endurance in response. You may have your graveyard back. There you go. Sending it your way. Dash and a monkey here too. It's a lot of damage. Find a bolt for them and it's win. Well, that's not a bolt. Dang, not a bolt from them. We are looking pretty good though. Bolt in hand, Fury to clear the board, pitching Seasoned Pyromancer and a Dashing Monkey. I mean, we have 5 here, right? We have 5. They'd need to board wipe, clear this. Too much. Just too much. Too much. Okay, day. Let's go again. Final game of this league. Feels favored. Looking for Endurance and Relics in our opening hand. Let's declare that Obosh. We got the Relic. I think I keep this. Can't pop it off immediately, but the second turn we'll be able to. Plus, Blood Moons are pretty good here. They do have Manamorphose to fix their mana, but, you know. Utopia Sprawl. Utopia Sprawl. Let's do that instead. Let's give them the hint that I need a lot of green here. Scare them. Blood Moon looking good. Faithful Mending. Blood Moon looking good. Come on, Blood Moon. Draw 2, discard 2. Demi. It's not a bad follow-up. Let's go ahead and Blood Moon, see if that locks some things out here. This is a 4/3, so we can bolt it back to the graveyard, and then we have the Endurance. Love to be able to bolt Relic or just have the Endurance up for whenever we need it. See that Manamorphose. Yeah, there you go. There you go, opponent. Get that Manamorphose. Fix that mana up. What do you need? Blue and red. Those are good colors. Let's just not see too many things in the graveyard, right? Just keep it tame for just one turn, please. Nice and tame. Nothing crazy. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Man. Let's just play a relic and pass turn. Keeps the graveyard nice and on check. Funny enough, I can't cast any of my double red stuff at the moment. It's not intentional, obviously. It's just, I need a little extra green in case I found Endurance, because it's an important card in this matchup. Oh man, Blood Moon doing work here. Doing work. Oh, that's a little awkward. It's a little awkward. I guess this could be in hand now. I'm not casting Obosh anyway. I need another red source. Well, we have the graveyard on check. Now my opponent could just cast Phoenix. We would run out of Endurance maybe to block, possibly now. Kind of funny we're drawing all of our forests. All of our green now. Now it's getting really just kind of awkward. It's getting kind of awkward in here. Not gonna lie. Wouldn't mind a mountain. Oh, they found an island. This isn't good. Hey, all right. What do we want here? Let's start with Seasoned Pyromancer. Let's get rid of Blood Moon. And how about a Fury? Sweet. Okay. Alright, some damage is on the battlefield. Can't cast the bolts because I've got double green up, but next turn I can fire them off. Got relics to protect the graveyard, although I think the graveyard doesn't need to be protected anymore. They have one blue, maybe a bit more if they have a Manamorphose, which they do. Making some white mana. White, blue, red, we get rid of the Blood Moon with a Prismatic Ending. Yep, that's what they're doing. They're going to fetch some basics here. I am currently okay with this. So like I said, we have the graveyard on check. All right. Opponent unlocked their mana base. But what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Sacred Foundry. Thought Scours themselves. Consider Thought Scour to the bin. Flooded Strand. They continue on this march. I was gonna say the Blood Moon, I think, bought us just enough time. Gave us time to find our extra mountains. Well, we're doing something. Post-combat phase. 3 mana. And the prismatic ending here. All right, that tells me my opponent's hurting. I'm going to go ahead and cycle a relic here. Trying to hit 1 more red mana. Okay. We do hit it. Cool. Okay. I think we'll just play the relic and pass turn. Endurance up and 2 bolts plus the relics. Opponent's got 5 cards. Keeps the graveyard in check. I can kill just about anything they play. Let them kind of burn their turn, and I'll respond to anything that they're doing. I think responding is the correct line here. Smelling like a 3-2 for the night. Not confirmed yet. It's got to be 4 cards. I think we can do it. Have I played Lantern with Saga yet? No. I have not. Opponent plays an Arc-like Phoenix. I think we'll just attempt this Endurance. Is it something I would play? I mean, I guess I would play it. Doing something with red mana. I'm gonna Bolt Endurance. And then Gut Shot Endurance. I feel like I can burn a Lightning Bolt here. Gut Shot's a token here too. My opponent has no cards. I'm going to get rid of this Phoenix and then eat the graveyard. You may top deck opponent if you wish. Another relic for fun. Play Obosh down. We don't quite win here. Even though the Bolt would do 6, the Elemental unfortunately does not do 2. But with 1 card in my opponent's hand here, what could they possibly get? Manamorphose? You got it. You got it. Try again. Consider. They're fighting the good fight. Thought Scour to the yard and picks up a. Oh, they're still playing. A Phoenix. Nice. Nice. We'll bolt them, and we have lethal on board. Ox? Yeah, it's true. It's true. I got to be careful what I ask for, right? Could have been Ox. Bolt does them for 6 because of Obosh. We win it 3-2 for the league. Playing this Panza, Gruul, Lukka, Spaghetti, Obosh, Ragavan. Absolute pile of cards. Listed in Magic for Modern. This sideboard's very unique. Life gain, removal of flying creatures, counters, very heavy artifact or enchantment hate, and graveyard hate. We've got the Lukka Spaghetti Emrakul package. You're playing those Endurances, Furies, and Ragavans, which makes up a pretty solid just red-green core if you want with the lightning bolts as well, and season pyromancer for that matter. And Bloodmoon's good, so really you only had like Pillage, Lukka, and Emrakul plus some way to accelerate. I think the Gruul Ponza list was kind of cool. It was a good one for this holiday season. Red-green in its colors, playing the Blood Moons, destroying the lands. We didn't do too much destroying lands either. And it took us to a 3-2. It's not bad.